Paranoid Radio.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Paranoid. Tell me, boy.
Testicles 1, 2, testicles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it like Young's crazy, like y'all never had it, but we still back at it. Ooh.
We're back with this bacon sauce for all your maple syrup having pussies. That is right. Damn.
Yes. And I eat pussy like a black man eats barbecue, straight up.
Oh, hey, that's fucking. I don't know if that comes off a little racist or it's fucking.
Hey, that's appreciation, big dog. Let's get that one straight. That's appreciation. That's a work of art. All right, put some respect on the name.
Hey, fool, can you make the sounds? Fool? Can you make the sounds? All right. Hold up. Wait. Okay. That's pretty nasty because I've seen some black people eat some fucking ribs. It gets fucked up. Look, guys, Google that shit. GTS that shit. It gets a little fucking messy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. As you know, this is the best show with the best content for the best fucking listeners. I am Trebles Garcia, the humble host of this show. And joining me in once and twos is the best co-host in the motherfucking planet. Big Tech, salute.
Salute, big dog. How you doing? What's shaking, bacon?
It's shaking, and it's sliding slightly to the left today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing episode lined up for all of you guys, talking about some freestyle conversation shit, real life situation shit, things that we all go through every single fucking day. Well, at least you and I, for example, us standard living type of people. Now, before anything, I want you to understand that Paranoid Radio Podcast is absolutely free on all podcast platforms and on Amazon Music, on what are you doing petting that dinosaur, dog? You're always doing something freaky.
Charizard, nigga, put some respect on the name. All right, fool? Charizard.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Dragon, blah, 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 blah.
All right, you said dragon, not Dracula. Ladies and gentlemen, again, once more, Paranoid Radio Podcast is now available on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify and every single podcast platform worldwide, absolutely free. Make sure you check us out at paranoidradio.com, paranoidradio.com. And if you haven't already done so, please go to Apple Podcasts right now. Type in our name, subscribe, and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 1-star review on Apple Podcasts. But say something to us. Let us know that you are there. Thank you so much for fucking being here. It's an amazing scene to understand and see that you guys are still supporting Paranoid Radio Podcast after 157 episodes deep, like Tank's mama's vagina. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump on straight up. How come? Now you want to laugh? Oh, fucking late. Fucking wanker. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I said, ladies and gentlemen, like 8 times, 9 with that last one. We're going to jump into the best segment of this fucking show. Please, Big Tank, what is happening?
Oh, shit. I thought you were about to say preview review, but that's another one that's dead and gone. I never made it because what is happening is here to stay for all y'all people. Not like some quitters I see in front of me. Can't do shit about it. All right, so to let y'all know, this is what is happening. The best segment of this show. Put some respect on the name. Longest reign, holding the crown up and down, doing the dirty Siamese twins with your sisters and cousins.
What the
fuck? Gotta get out of Call of Duty mode. A little too aggressive for this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But real talk. I bring you guys 2 stories, and I want you guys your official input, your 2 cents, and I'm gonna take my 2 cents, and we're gonna pause that bitch into the bank of knowledge, straight up like that.
The bank of knowledge.
Yes, and to the assistant. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's dive right in.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what the fuck is going on with this retarded ass weather?
What do you mean?
It's raining, it's cold. June gloom is in full effect. June gloom is not a term that West Coast uses. That's something on the East Coast all day.
Word, that's right.
Not in the West Coast. We're used to having heat waves right now. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining.
Straight up.
This is freakish weather. So did you know that the year 1983, when I was born, it was a very similar year to this year? So just go figure that shit out.
What does that mean? What do you mean? Like
It
we
means
stay cool,
something
fresh?
great. Nah, something great came in because I came in 1993,
Shut the
so something
fuck
great has
up.
to be happening right
Shut-
now. But
You know what?
30 years later,
You know what?
Big
Okay,
Tank
wait.
is shaking storms, taking names. Woo!
guys, before I do this, I want you guys to know that I'm doing you guys a favor. What is happening is now over. Back to the main topic of the day. Peace out.
I'm not a reject like you and your fucking 50 segments. Well, what did we have? We
Hurry
had
up.
fuck
I got
Mary
2%
Kill.
on my battery.
We had to pay dash ass, or what the hell did we have? And then we had his corny jokes. If it's hot sauce and it gets put in the fridge and it's still hot. And then we had all these stupid ones that just haven't made it. And what is happening is still steady the time. So no, but we'll talk.
Wait, time out. Is ketchup potato? Wait, if tomatoes is a fruit, then why is ketchup a sauce? Right?
You fucking retarded.
That is right, Big Tank. Thank you for those two amazing stories. As always, doing an amazing job and rocking the cages. And this episode is brought to you by Los Cuñados Bullies. Get your Frenchies, Dons, and Bullies all day in Southern California. What are you doing? What are you doing in the camera? Why are you caressing that doll? There's a little
it's
Charizard.
A Charizard, nigga. Put some respect on his name. Well, Charizard. He's a
That's
dragon.
Right. Los Cuñados Bullies. What? I'm trying to promote your shit, stupid ass. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amazing topics and amazing episode for all of you guys here today. And I want you guys to focus on one thing, because a lot of us seem to forget what the fuck we're doing while we're doing the do. And some of us are just drinking Mountain Dew. Now, what are you? Ladies and gentlemen, Big Tank, we have a topic on things that we should discuss. And I know Big Tank wants to open up the fucking can of whoop ass here. So I'm going to give him the fucking opportunity to take over the motherfucking show. Big Tank, let us know what's up.
What is going on, my people? You guys know the deal. It's Big Tank. I know you guys just heard my beautiful voice and you guys can't get enough. You guys are lushing and blushing for me. But today I got to give credit where credit's due. So
that's right.
Me and Trebles just came up with this last minute. I mean, it's not something heavy that we're going to bring up, but it is
depends
part of
how you see
everyday.
it.
Yeah, it depends how you see it. Yeah. But it is something that we just do on the normal now. We might not even realize it. So me and my boy, we were up at like fucking 3-4 a.m. We were heading to work.
Yep.
And we were talking to each other, and he arrives to his location. I was already at work, or I think I was heading towards work.
Yep.
And he goes, Dick, how did I get here? And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about?
Huh?
He goes, yeah. He's like, how the fuck did I get to my first stop? I'm like, Dick, you called me. We were talking. I'm like, so obviously you were driving at one point, right? He goes, Dick, my mind went on autopilot. I really don't remember how I got out of the house.
Hence the word of the name, the word of the show, autopilot.
Autopilot. So I'm like, oh shit. He's like, and he tells me, has that ever happened? Yeah, it happens to me a couple times. I mean, more frequent than random, to be honest.
Oh, damn.
I mean, so that's what we're going to be diving into. Did you have these autopilot moments where you just get lost and you're like, oh shit, you're already doing stuff without even realizing, whether it be something small, whether it be, that, let's say, for example, I don't know how Troubles is, but if he has to get to his first, when he gets home, when he gets to his job, if he knows he has to turn on all the computers or start logging in because it takes a while, he might not even remember it because he's just like, boom, 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 doing this thing or whatever it is. Or if you like to be like me, and first thing you do is wake up and check your phone for like 5-10 minutes, I might not even realize it because it's already a part of my system, already heavily ingrained. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And do we think it's any causing it, or is it just something that we're just getting used to? What do you think?
The conspiracy effects of it. So it's like if you're saying everybody dies, but not everybody really lives. Are you walking your path of light? Some people think and take this topic and understand it as you're living your dream job. But you're saving money until your retirement plan, just until you're 60 years old, until you start to live when you're 60 years old. You're brainwashed to understand this by society because society is telling you that it's normal, living in autopilot. For like the movie Click, that's a big example of how your life just goes past by. You miss your children's wedding, your children's quinceañera, your children's most important graduations and time spans that by the time it's too late, you react. And that's all you got, a reaction, because you didn't take action. See what I did there?
Yeah. No. I mean, is it normal? Realistically, go back 15 years, Troubles. Go back 15 years, okay? How many flyer parties did we not attend that were actually memorable?
Good
we went
point.
to dozens,
I love that.
hundreds of them. It was
Okay.
every Friday, Saturday. You get me? Dozens of flyers, hundreds of flyer parties I went to. But how many were actually memorable that you could actually remember?
5, maybe. That I remember top of my head.
Exactly.
Yes.
And more than likely because there was some type of fucking crazy stuff, something that happened. But if
Or
it's
I got
the
laid
same
with the most
rotation,
beautiful girl there.
I think you're dreaming now. But
there you go. But is it normal? Is it normal for you to forget those memorable moments after you do them for so long? And when do they stop becoming memorable? For example, Mondays. Is it normal for you to hate Mondays or to precipitate on hobbies or replace them with work or worse, drugs and alcohol? See, is it average for you to love the weekends? Do you hate the hump days? If you're programmed to only love the weekends, there's something wrong with you because you're bypassing 5 days that you live through. 5 days that should also be equally memorable like the weekends. You get what I'm saying? It's a thing that I like to say. You like to postpone pain and tolerance into a 48-hour meaningful pleasure of time, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to say is you only fucking pull so much effort to get to those 48 hours when you're actually supposed to live every day with full effort. You understand what I'm saying? Technically, are you alive? Are you even awake every single fucking day? Who are you, AI? Kind of pushes me to believe that we live in a simulation theory than any other time around the earth. I think that this is part of that, but I'm not going to jump into that conspiracy theory. I'm just saying we're all dying very slow. We're not living at all.
So I like that. Okay. So if I have to think about it, within the last month, let's throw in the last month. How many weekends were actually memorable?
Every week. And then now that I'm working at a job.
No, weekend. Weekend.
Weekend.
What weekend? What weekend was memorable?
You know,
it might have been because you went to a party. It might have been because you went to somewhere specialty. How many out of those four weekends do you remember by date?
Okay, to answer that question, I have to give you a pre-statement. I have to draw this picture for you. I kind of think that I didn't, but now I do. But I didn't think of the fucking weekend being so important, or at least memorable in your words, because we are suffering of too much privilege. If that makes any sense, watch. Let me explain. We're suffering of so much privilege that we're taking everything else for granted. When in reality, we should be thankful, and we forget to be thankful. We forget to show gratitude for the little things in life. For example, your son, right? Your dog, your camp, your job that feeds your son, your beautiful wife. You see what I'm saying? And you forget that even spending a minute, 30 minutes, or an hour and 30 minutes with your son, walking him down the street, that might not be memorable for you yet, but it's memorable for him because you're drawing in his character. You see what I'm saying, right? So it's memorable in a sense, in a unity sense, it's memorable, but we take that for granted and let it fly over your heads because we are suffering through too much privilege. We forget that we live in a privileged realm where we could do anything, and we live in the United States of America, thankfully. You see what I'm saying, right? So
agreed.
Back to your question. What was the last now that I could think of? Every weekend now and every day now, I walk a very happy path. It's very hard to get me into a bad mood now.
Okay, happy, but how many of those are memorable that you could you remember the whole day?
You know what, bro? I'm not trying to do it. No. Yeah, I'm not trying to like blow my own whistle now, but it also has to do with happiness in your diet, bro. If you're eating and you're living a happy life, you remember most of the parts of it, dog.
Okay.
I want to say at least 60 to 50% of your day.
Let's not count this weekend because this weekend could still be pretty fresh in mind. Let's go. Not this weekend that passed. Last weekend. Okay. What did you do Saturday?
I got to sleep a lot. That's the Saturday that I slept in at least 12 hours.
That really doesn't count.
It does because I remember.
No. But what memorable things did you do? Or can you remember exactly what you did that day?
No, not exactly. I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. Okay, for example, you might remember, I don't know, let's say if you throw a massive party for your little girl. You'll probably remember it because you'll be planning it for 3 to 6 months.
Word.
And it's going to be engraved and etched in your head.
Word. And it's
so when the day comes, exactly. So you might remember that weekend. You get me? But I want to say, if you have nothing planned, like let's say you're not going to go out or do anything, I'm going to say that day sort of mushes in with the rest of the days, even though it might have been a good day.
Okay. You know why though, right? And this is why we don't remember much what happens at work because it's very repetitive. It's almost like a programmed schedule, which means programmed schedules are good for business, but not good for our higher life or awareness. You're not aware of what's happening because you're in autopilot, which means your subconscious mind is active, but your prime fucking cortex, your go-to mind, your hunting, gathering power skills, your action-taking skills are on autopilot. Kind of like when you're driving from your commute, work to home, and you pass through that freeway every single fucking day, the same streets, the same route. You forgot to count the fucking lights. You forget how many lights you passed by. On the first day, I counted 10 lights, but now the 10 lights seem to be just 10 minutes. Okay. See, because it culminates to a series of program reminiscence.
So is this
wasted
natural?
Image.
Is this natural, or is this something that's trying to get embedded into us?
It's already embedded into us. You're not aligned with your fucking hunting and action.
You're not hearing me though. Mm-hmm. Is this something that somebody's trying to embed into us? Or is this something that's just happening to us naturally because us constantly doing it?
Because it could be like, I know what you're saying.
Look.
Technically,
a famous person once told me, Big homie Chicha once told me that we are the only people that have to work to live. No,
that's false. Animals work to live and eat every single day. As a matter of fact.
But they're not forced to. They have to just
not
eat.
Working for other people, at least. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Not working for other people.
The rest of the day is all to their own. Look, put it this way, and this might be a little vulgar, pero te puedes echar un palito cuando tú quieras. You're not on a time set schedule. You get me? If you want to play PS5 all day, that's it. You get me? That's all you do until you're hungry.
Okay. I find that concept very limited because I think that for example, success. For example, you just mentioned a person that has to work for somebody else. We're the only species that works for somebody else instead of animals that work just to survive themselves, right? Okay, but it's that mindset. Full success is a mindset. Limited, I think having. But
we're not put it on a routine though. Okay, if you don't go to work these 8 hours, you're not gonna get paid. Okay. So in that case, you have to go. It's not something they're telling you that you can do.
So do you think doing something that you enjoy doing will help you do it better and then remember it and make your day more memorable? Even if it is 8 hours of work?
I don't think it's gonna be memorable regardless, because if you're gonna make it routine, I don't think it's ever gonna be memorable. Let's be honest about that. But if you, for example, if they tell you Trebles, you can work whenever you want to, and if you have no responsibilities, technically, if all you have to do is pay for the food on your table, guess what? You're probably gonna go 2-3 hours to work. Cool, I got my 30-40 bones, and I'll eat with that enough for today. If that's all you need.
On a bare minimum type of shit. I see what you're saying. This is why minimum wages are created. Now, you kind of put in a lens of conspiracy on it, and I want to look through that lens real quick. I just want to drop this in there. It's kind of like limiting your beliefs in your imagination to make sure that you lose your essence of time. Again, controlling time. So if you can control the time that you control on people to work for you, for example, 8 hours a day, right? And you pay them a certain amount, you're being programmed to just bear with that. Bare minimum of existence. You're controlling other people's time. Whoa, blew my own fucking mind. Blow your fucking mind.
Okay. So I get it. We both have kids. We both have roofs to pay over.
Kind of like in a casino.
Exactly.
No clocks. You lose time. I get you. Okay.
We both have to pay for utilities. We both have to do this, which is why we have to come to work. I want to say minimum of 8 hours a day. You get me? Depending how it is, whether it be maximum or minimum, but you have to be at work. For those 5 days. If you really need money, you'll go 7 days a week with double shift or whatever it is. You get me? Just depending on how you are financially. But go back to your regular back in the day, where if you didn't need money, you'd be like, why the fuck am I going to work? I just need money for my ride to get in, some bud, and I'll call it a day.
The pyramid of success of society, basically.
Exactly.
You know, that's, I think honestly that even that I'm gonna use quotation marks on the word success in society. Success, because what you're saying is, if I eat today and I do the bare minimum, I succeeded, right? You succeeded in something,
You
right?
made it a day.
Into
You made
what-
it another day.
Okay, so but in society, that's not just success. So I'm gonna use quotation marks around the word success. If you success in this pyramid step that society created to fucking enslave you, again through a fucking lens of conspiracy here. Again, that word success is meant to impress you, not to impress upon you. It's meant for you to impress other people, not to impress upon you to make you successful. You see what I mean? It's like
Well,
a double
I
entendre, like you say.
I see it because you'll have people that haven't owned a phone in a couple of years because they keep on turning it in to get a lease.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. So for example, I have the 12 Pro Max, you get me? And I just finished paying mine off. It was on a 2-year lease and I finished paying it off, so it's officially mine.
Mhm.
And then right away Verizon calls me, hey, come and turn it in and give you $700.
And they try to suck your dick.
And they try to suck my dick. But I told them I'm in a serious committed relationship.
Wait. You said you're gonna have to suck Los Cuñados Bully's dick first. Los Cuñados
Yes,
Bully's
sir,
get your
yes,
Frenchies
sir.
on Southern California. Okay. All right.
But no. When's the last time you owned your phone? The one before this one. You had it for like 5 years, right?
Yeah. I
You had it for like 5 years. You
iPhone 7.
hadn't decided to buy a new one. But then you have people throughout culture. The new one comes out, turn this one in, and it's a never-ending cycle.
Never-ending cycle, which kind of brings me to end. Kind of like it's kind of like work. It slows down your day. It's kind of like a sign of destruction. Fool. You're self-destructing yourself. Look, I'm very chaotic when it comes to this shit. Very chaotic. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think work is meant to be enjoyed. Also be work.
Okay. I see what you're saying. A lot of people that do the shit that they love is not considered work. Yeah, it pays their bills and it feeds their family and become very wealthy. I get what you're saying.
If we were to blow up and have to do this personally for a long time, I mean, for 8 hours a day, whether it be researching, 2 hours in the studio, whatever it is, the rest of the time on multimedia, I don't think it'd feel like that. You got me? Or if you said, for example, hey, you know what, Tank? I'm gonna go in 4 hours to the studio. We'll be there 4 hours, leave, and then I'll do 2 hours of media at the house.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
I don't think you would feel it. As opposed to having to be full 8 hours having to do something, or even if they let you do split shifts.
Something that you don't like. Yeah.
Exactly. You get me? You might like your job.
I just came back from a job. You know this more than anybody. I was working at a job in the city of Pomona where I was fucking miserable, dog. The people there were fucking cool, but the job was just miserable. And I had a long commute. I was only wasting time, but I was also wasting my imagination. My creativity was blocked. I was hitting a brick wall, and I was dreading my life every single fucking day. Hence why you had to
hype yourself.
Why I was using drugs and drinking so much so often. My poor brain function, my fluoride stare was there. I was unhappy, living an unhappy life. I was ill most of the time. So my frequency was very low, if that makes any fucking sense. You feel me? So I lost time. I lost essence of time, and I felt now you can never recuperate time. That's the only thing that you can never get back. However, I feel like everything that I didn't live there, I'm living it now at this new spot. At this new job, not only enjoying my days and making my days more memorable using your words.
It could be a sign of adrenaline as well.
Oh, okay. So now we're talking about drugs and shit.
Now you have to remember I'm not gonna say you were miserable when you were off. You get me? I'm not gonna say you were miserable, but you did have that need. I need to provide, even though you had some type of money coming in. You did have that whole, I need to provide, I need to get in there, I need to get in there. So maybe having a job was more of an adrenaline high. You know how like when you're running, you fall and you have to get back up right away. You don't feel the putazo. You won't feel the hit until later. And then you're like, oh, fuck, what the fuck happened? Fuck, hey, damn. Or I got shot. What the fuck? How the fuck did I get shot? You get me? Not that we've been shot, but I mean, we've seen it in movies per se. You get me? How they're still running type of deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it could be an adrenaline. I don't know. I mean, honestly,
It's just
only know
the
ourselves.
bare need of survival, dog. The bare need of having to do things for your kids and shit. And quite honestly, I feel like it's a slave system. I don't want to just completely put the fucking lid on conspiracy theories on this shit, but it's like you said, work is not meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to fucking keep us docile, meant to keep us controlled, giving us a minimum wage pay in a overpopulated area in a smart city where you can't even fucking collect rainwater or fucking dig a ditch to fucking grow carrots and shit. Like shit that it's super contaminated, feeding us fucked up food, starting with the fluoride, starting with all the GMOs, and then fucking feeding us this bullshit fucking propaganda and entertainment. So we're being bombarded in every single area. We live in a system that's enclosed and enslaved. And yeah, you might be able to say, yeah, but we have liberties and privileges in return of what? In return of more poverty in the inner south, because your gut's your first brain. Once you start feeding the fucked up shit, your fucking body reacts to what you eat. You are what you eat. You eat a hot Cheeto bag that's made out of fucking toxins and bullshit, you become toxins and bullshit, because it's so hard to put off that weight, because then you start getting lazy, because then your mentality changes to being a lazy fuck. It's just a rant.
I have a question. I have a and this isn't to oppose you or anything. But ever since we've entered the woke era, okay. We could agree that in starting 80-ish, we've had this technology enlightenment. You get me? Where a lot of stuff has been made. There's been a lot of progresses in technology and human advancement and everything. Okay. If we're a part of all that, doesn't that mean that anything before that was dumbed down and not the opposite?
It's still dumbed down. They have a lot more higher technology than us.
Okay. I like that. But compared to how it was 50s and 60s, between the 80s to the 2020s,
it's dropped down more faster. Yeah, faster. I get it.
So, I mean, technically, if we're looking at a graph, it was pretty stagnant. And then entering the 80s, going up to 2020, it was just like a major skyrocket.
Yeah.
You get me? So if we've had all those advancements, even with the whole dumbing down, if you want to use GMOs, all this
fluoride,
all of the processes of food, not defending culture or anything, but isn't that still some type of improvement? Because now we have the ability, even say
the privilege to go. Like I said, we're fucking going through an era where we are victims of privilege. Like, now check this out. I know what you're saying, but let me put this onto you. You said, isn't that some type of level up, right? It's some type of what was the word you said? Some type of bettering for us, right? You bettered. Yeah. Okay. But who bettered? Are we getting better, or are the people at top getting better?
Well, I'm gonna say the top people are getting better, but I mean, life is better than when it was 50 years ago.
You know what? I have to be honest with you. It's true. And this conversation has to be talked about, because we are, I don't know if you know this, but I seen this on a podcast earlier, and I did some research. It's kind of weird that it's actually pretty 90% accurate. To be in the 1% of the wealthiest people in the fucking planet, you know what you have to earn a year to be one of the amongst? No, not suck dick. Not suck dick. To be the top 1% globally on a global scale, you have to win $30,000 a year. If you earn $30,000 a year, you're in the top 1%. And aren't we all almost in the fucking 1%?
Yeah.
There's people on There's people on welfare making that money that are on the top 1%.
Agree.
You see what I'm saying, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's we're suffering from privilege. I think this autopilot, this zombie, auto zombie, let's call it, right? This fucking era where you just come in, you forget, you use essence, you're miserable, you lose time, you forget who you are, right? You forget what you stand for.
You forget what you are. Okay. So I was watching a video the other day where this the whole pronoun thing, where this lady was saying that she doesn't like to be identified as she, but she was an EMT. Okay, no big deal. Okay. So she was explaining how everybody has their own right to be called whatever they want. If she wants to be called a he, she should be able to be called a he. Okay. And the guy basically gives an explanation. Okay, you're an EMT, right? She goes, yes. So if somebody tells you, I think I'm having a miscarriage, but you see he has a penis, is he actually having a miscarriage? And she stayed stuck on quiet.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, when the doctor sees you when you're born, they
Got
basically
a dick
identify
or a pussy?
exactly. They'll pronounce you boy and girl. Okay, are you gonna tell me that doctors are gonna start getting sued? Oh, what should we call it? Is it a boy or a girl?
That
I'm
only
in.
happens. That only happens in a society, fool, that has too much privilege.
And time to be thinking about this stupid bullshit. Okay, don't get me wrong. A lot of people that suffer from social anxieties have too much time on their plate. So they start overthinking and the head starts spinning and spinning and spinning and turning and turning and we spinning and turning.
Yeah,
you get me?
It's the creativity. Yeah, I know. They lose
Yeah.
essence of who they are. And you're right. Autopilot, damn, big tank with the big bombs. That is right, big tank. I'll let them know where they can find you.
You guys know the deal. Catch you at EKNAT626. And don't forget your favorite motherfuckers on the planet, Los Cuñados Bullies. We out here, we live.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen.
My partner from another mother, this was a privilege and honor. You already know. I appreciate you. Thank you for having that little dick. Till next time.
Hey, fool, it's not little, it's slightly above average, okay? And stop talking shit. All right, ladies and
Yeah, for
gentlemen,
Asians, all right, he's slightly above average for Asians.
Ladies and gentlemen,
no
this is fuck you. This is Paranoid Radio Podcast. Make sure you check us out and check out Los Cuñados Bullies, Los_Cuñados_Bullies on ParanoidRadio.com. Ladies and gentlemen, drop a 5-star podcast that helps other people enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Autopilot. I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. You guys want to tap in. Let us know what you think Autopilot is. If it's fucking down to the food, down to your enslavement, down to whatever you think it was, let us know. Drop a DM on ParanoidRadio.com or Paranoid Radio on Instagram. That is right. Big Tank. See you next time.
Until the next time.
But you